Overcompression is something that's probably killing your mix. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I compress a vocal so you can have the right way of doing things in your mix. Hey my friend, welcome to my channel. I'm Macro from Mixing with Macro. I'm a recording and mixing engineer, and I've done recording and mixing for major record labels and many independent artists. And my goal is to help you streamline your mixing and recording process for fast and consistent results. And today, you can make a professional sounding mix in as little as 30 minutes with only 5 steps. That's why I created a cheat sheet that's absolutely free, and it's in my description, where you can learn all the techniques I use from my plugins, my plugin chains, and all the settings I use on my vocal, where you can have a professional sounding song. So go ahead and check it out. Now let me show you how to use compression to its fullest potential. Now I'm going to show you how I use compression, and it will inform you on how you should use compression in your mix. Let's show you what I'm working with.
Blowing my phone up, that shit kinda bug me. When I'm out here getting to this money, I'm with chicks that roll little for punchy. Everything that if they think they gon' touch me, throw a shot off that boy looking funny. Shots like I'm a house if they think they a bunny. Move like I'm Cloud, I just need me a Barney. She like Kanii, she don't sip a Cardi.
Alright, so it's pretty raw. The vocal is raw. I took a lot of stuff off so we can focus on the compression, so you can hear the compression. Now I left EQ on here just to clean it up just a bit so it's nice and clean, so the compression would work for us. Now I have first here an RVox. Let's turn off the compressor. I have the RVox. Let me show you what the RVox is doing.
Say you love me, but baby don't judge me. Where I come from, yeah, this shit'll get ugly. Get dirty like we playing rugby. Stay with a gun, only way I feel comfy.
Now the RVox, what it does, especially the way I use it, it's a very powerful plugin, and a lot of engineers use this plugin simply because it even enhances even more the amplification that's coming from the preamp. So without it, the vocal sounds still pretty weak. Let's turn off the EQ as well.
Say you love me, but baby don't judge me. Where I come from, yeah, this shit'll get ugly. Get dirty like we playing rugby. Stay with a gun, only way I feel comfy. Say you out it and you gotta trust me.
Now I'm not using too much compression. For this particular record, I did not use it to put it in your face. It's just to level things out a little bit. I like to have it hit around 6 dB. Depending on how I feel about the gain relative to the loudness of the beat, that's when I would adjust the gain to compensate for that. But I don't have to do that at this stage. Now the next stage I have here is the compressor. Now this is where we need to be at. So New York drill is very aggressive. You can tell from how he's rapping, is very, very aggressive.
How about them blitz trying to leave a nigga on his shit?
Right? So you want to enhance that. Now I have the attack pretty fast on this one because because it's rap and I wanted to clamp down. I want this compressor to work very fast. So soon as this compressor gets signal, this attack just means that it's how fast the compressor will begin to work. And the release is the opposite, is how slow the compressor would take or how fast the compressor would stop working as soon as signal leaves the compressor. So I don't want this to, I don't want it to be lingering in the compressor. However, I want it to be somewhere around here because his words are coming very fast. So I want it to clamp, release, attack, release, attack, release, attack all the words that's coming into the compressor and then release it very quickly.
My phone up, that shit kinda bug.
I'm using the threshold a little bit hard here. You can see.
My phone up, that shit kinda bug me when I'm out here getting to this money.
Simply because I want my ratio to be hitting at a certain point. So watch what happens when I release the threshold.
Blowing my phone up, that shit kinda bug me when I'm out here getting to this money. I'm with chicks that roll little for punchy. Everything that if they think they gon' touch me.
It's not really doing anything, right? Now my gain is coming a little bit high, so I'm gonna turn it down just a bit.
Blowing my phone up, that shit kinda bug me when I'm out here getting to this money. I'm with chicks that roll little for punchy. Everything that if they think they gon' touch me, throw a shot off that boy looking funny. Shots like I'm a house if they think they a bunny. Move like I'm Cloud, I just need me a Barney. She like Kanii, she don't sip a Cardi.
All right, within the vocal, you could see that there are loud parts and then there are low parts. This is a breath right here, but then you could see that there are loud parts here and then you could see there's lower parts. And what the compressor is doing is making up for the difference between these two levels here. So basically the compressor is doing this. If I could just show you real quick, it's doing that. It's making everything sound more even. Now you can go in and manually do it, and if manually increase the gain, and sometimes I will go in and manually increase the gain. Some people use a plugin like the vocal writer, but for me, I find the vocal writer not being too accurate at certain times, and I don't leave that in my mix. I like to know that I have full control over it in that way. So either I leave it like that, either I would turn down something that's way too loud, like this. I'll turn it down.
When I'm out here getting to this money. When I'm out here getting to this money.
All right, it sounds better when it's a little bit more even, right?
When I'm out here getting to this money.
And that's what our compressor is doing. Now, when they say, oh, I don't want my compressor to work too hard, this is what they're meaning. They're meaning that they're going to go in, they're going to have all the vocal come in at a certain level, and then they're going to add compression to it to even it out even more and add even more gain.
When I'm out here getting to this money, I'm with chicks that roll little for punchy. Everything that if they think they're gonna touch me.
Now I'm gonna show you what will happen when I overcompress it. Overcompressing just means that your threshold is way too low. This is what it will sound like.
When I'm out here getting to this money, I'm with chicks that roll little for punchy. Everything that if they think they're gonna touch me.
See what happened to the ratio? Look again.
When I'm out here getting to this money, I'm with chicks that roll little for punchy. Everything that if they think they're gonna touch me. Throw a shot off that boy looking funny. Shots like I'm a house if they think they a bunny. Move like I'm Cloud, I just need me a Bonnie.
Why did it do that? Imagine the compressor is a line that goes across like this. Now, when I move the threshold, which is over here, as I bring it down, what's happening is a line is also coming down. All right. Now, the ratio is, I'm telling the compressor is when anything passes this line, which is the imaginary line we have here, when anything passes this line, I want you to bring down that volume by 3 dB. Upwards compression is the opposite, where anything that's below the threshold, bring it up. When I over compress it like this, that means the line is coming down even more here. So the line is all the way down here. So these peaks are even more quieter. So that's why you would get less volume, because it's way above the threshold and it's bringing it down 3.2 dB.
That if they think they're gonna touch me, throw a shot off that bullet.
So you want to have a nice even compressor. You do not want to hear the compressor working. The only time you want to hear the compressor working is when it's a creative thing, like sidechain compression, like they do in a lot of EDM music and stuff. Like that's when you want to hear the compressor working, or if it's a creative choice in your vocal. But to have a natural sounding vocal, you want to have a decent threshold. Mine is ratio usually is between 3 and 4. Depending on the content that I have to work with. I usually have a fast attack because this is a rap song. If it's someone who sings, it will be a slower attack. Instead of it going straight up like this, it's more of a gradual rise. So I want less attack, right? And depending on how much gain I want to apply at this stage, then I would apply some gain. And that, my friend, is how you use compression. Be sure to try these techniques on your vocal and make sure that you are using it to its fullest potential. Now go out there and kill your mixes, and I will see you, my friend, in the next video. Peace.